Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the annals of time, unraveling the mysteries of our collective past. Today, we find ourselves at the threshold of a most fascinating tale, one that would forever alter the course of American history: the Louisiana Purchase. The French, who had long claimed this territory as their own, are on the cusp of relinquishing control to their Spanish counterparts through the Treaty of Fontainebleau. This transfer of power marked the beginning of a new era in the region's history, as the Spanish flag was raised over the strategic outpost of New Orleans, with its bustling port and vibrant cultural landscape. We find ourselves in the midst of a complex web of alliances and rivalries, as European powers jockeyed for position in the New World. The French had established a series of forts and trading posts along the Mississippi, including Fort Chartres and Fort Casqueya, which served as crucial hubs for the fur trade and other commercial activities. Meanwhile, the Spanish were consolidating their hold on the region, with the establishment of new settlements such as St. Louis and Ste-Diwi and Ste. Genevieve. As we explore the early history of the Louisiana Purchase, we must also consider the role of key players such as Robert Livingston, the American ambassador to France, who would later play a crucial role in negotiating the treaty. In 1784, Livingston had written to Thomas Jefferson, expressing his concerns about the potential for British expansion in North America and advocating for American control of the Mississippi River. This correspondence highlights the growing tensions between the United States and European powers, as well as the emerging importance of the Louisiana Territory in the geopolitics of the region. The French Revolution and the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte would further complicate the situation, as France sought to reassert its claim to the Louisiana Territory. In 1800, Napoleon signed the Treaty of San Ildefonso, which returned the territory to French control. However, this move was met with resistance from the Spanish, who had grown accustomed to their rule in the region. The stage was set for a dramatic shift in the balance of power in North America, as the United States, France, and Spain navigated a complex landscape of alliances, rivalries, and competing interests. As we walk along the banks of the Mississippi, we can almost hear the whispers of history, as the fate of the Louisiana Territory hung in the balance. The air is thick with anticipation, as the various players in this drama wait their cue to act. And so, dear listeners, as we conclude our examination of the earliest history of the Louisiana Purchase, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of a new era, one marked by bold initiatives and far-reaching consequences. Join me next as we embark on an exploration of the pivotal events that would ultimately lead to the signing of the treaty, an agreement that would forever alter the trajectory of American history, ushering in a period of unprecedented growth and transformation. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, where we continue our journey through the annals of time, unraveling the mysteries of the Louisiana Purchase. The French, under the leadership of Napoleon Bonaparte, were struggling to maintain control over their vast colonial empire, while the Spanish were seeking to consolidate their hold on the region. Meanwhile, the United States, with its growing population and expanding economy, was eager to secure access to the strategic port of New Orleans and the Mississippi River. It is against this backdrop that we find Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, playing a pivotal role in shaping the course of American history. Jefferson had long been fascinated by the potential of the Louisiana Territory, with its vast expanses of fertile land, abundant natural resources, and strategic location at the crossroads of North America. In 1801, he had written to Robert Livingston, the American ambassador to France, instructing him to negotiate a treaty that would grant the United States control over New Orleans and the Mississippi River. The negotiations were complex and often contentious, with the French seeking to extract maximum concessions from the Americans. However, Jefferson's determination and diplomatic skill ultimately paid off, as the two sides reached a tentative agreement in April 1803. The Treaty of Paris, signed on May 2, 1803, transferred ownership of the Louisiana Territory from France to the United States for a sum of $15 million, approximately $300 million in today's currency. As news of the treaty spread, it sparked widespread excitement and celebration across the United States. The acquisition of the Louisiana Territory was seen as a major triumph, one that would secure American access to the Mississippi River, provide new opportunities for trade and commerce, and cement the country's position as a continental power. As Jefferson himself noted, "The cession of Louisiana has given us an empire for liberty." One of the most significant consequences of the treaty was the opening up of the western frontier to American settlement. The Louisiana Territory, with its vast expanses of fertile land, abundant natural resources, and strategic location, became a magnet for thousands of settlers who poured into the region in search of new opportunities. The city of St. Louis, founded by French fur traders in 1764, emerged as a major hub for trade and commerce, while the Mississippi River became a vital transportation artery connecting the East Coast to the Great Plains. As we explore this pivotal moment in American history, we are struck by the sense of wonder and possibility that defined the era. The acquisition of the Louisiana Territory marked a major turning point in the country's development, one that would have far-reaching consequences for generations to come. As we walk along the banks of the Mississippi, we can almost hear the whispers of history, as the fate of the American West hung in the balance. And so, dear listeners, as we conclude our examination of the height of the Louisiana Purchase, we find ourselves poised on the threshold of a new era, one marked by unprecedented growth and transformation. Join me next as we embark on an exploration of the decline or aftermath of this pivotal event and examine the lasting legacy of the Louisiana Purchase in shaping the course of American history. The period between 1803 and 1860 was marked by significant growth and transformation, as thousands of settlers poured into the region, driven by the promise of new opportunities and fertile land. The city of St. Louis emerged as a major hub for trade and commerce, while the Mississippi River became a vital transportation artery connecting the East Coast to the Great Plains. One of the most significant consequences of the Louisiana Purchase was the westward expansion of slavery. As settlers moved into the new territory, they brought with them their slaves, leading to the establishment of new slave-holding states such as Missouri, Arkansas, and Texas. This, in turn, contributed to the growing tensions between the northern and southern states, ultimately culminating in the American Civil War. The Louisiana Purchase also had a profound impact on the Native American tribes who inhabited the region. As settlers encroached upon their lands, many Native American tribes were forcibly relocated, leading to significant loss of life and cultural disruption. The Trail of Tears, which took place in 1838 to 1839, is a stark reminder of the brutal treatment of Native Americans during this period. Despite these challenges, the Louisiana Purchase also brought about significant economic growth and development. The region's vast natural resources, including fertile land, timber, and minerals, were exploited by settlers, leading to the establishment of new industries such as agriculture, mining, and manufacturing. The construction of the Transcontinental Railroad in 1869 further solidified the region's importance, connecting the east and west coasts of the United States. As we explore this pivotal period in American history, we are struck by the complex and often contradictory nature of the Louisiana Purchase. On one hand, it marked a major milestone in the country's expansion and growth, providing new opportunities for settlers and contributing to the nation's economic development. On the other hand, it was also marked by significant violence, displacement, and exploitation, particularly with regards to Native American tribes and enslaved Africans. In conclusion, the legacy of the Louisiana Purchase is complex and multifaceted, reflecting both the promise and the pitfalls of American expansionism. As we reflect on this pivotal event in American history, we are reminded of the ongoing struggle for justice, equality, and freedom that has shaped the nation's development. Join me next as we explore other fascinating chapters in American history and continue to unravel the mysteries of the past. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.